days to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest Airmen and Guardians. These events recognize their transition into the profession of honor. We acknowledge the tradition of honor and legacy of valor provided by those who came before and aspire still today. We would also like to thank the family and friends for the continued support that these badges will be counted on as we serve our great nation in the years to come. This week, we have a special opportunity to recognize one additional significant achievement demonstrating the dedication of our 17 graduates who have been completed the process to become citizens of the United States of America. Today's recognition is made possible by a partnership between the Department of Defense and the Department of Homeland Security to allow active duty service members to become citizens under the Naturalization and Basic Training Initiative. To be eligible, a member of the Armed Forces must pass a comprehensive application process administered by the Department of Homeland Security, including a background check and personal interview to demonstrate high moral character and their knowledge of the English language. Applicants are also tested on U.S. history and government. When applicants take the oath of allegiance to the United States Constitution, they become American citizens. Please hold your applause until all names have been announced. The Air Force is proud to recognize Airman Oscar Dadi, country of origin, Uruguay. Airman Madani Tesfomarian, country of origin, Eritrea. Airman Ravikant Daktat, country of origin, India. Airman Romario Luke Samuels, country of origin, Jamaica. Airman Junior Ebandel Koge, country of origin, Cameroon. Airman Vinicius Pahini Vieira, country of origin, Brazil. Airman Tyree Mueller, country of origin, Germany. Airman Pranam Ahi, country of origin, Togo. Airman Bernard Wusu Techi, country of origin, Ghana. Airman Ja Malena, country of origin, Philippines. Airman Brian Alcazar Jimenez, country of origin, Spain. Airman Emmanuel Franku, country of origin, Ghana. Airman Ermias Duresa, country of origin, Ethiopia. Airman Melissa Koine, country of origin, Federated States of Micronesia. Airman Patricia Bujor, country of origin, Moldova. Airman Aliyah France, country of origin, Palau. Airman Kadindra Gahal, country of origin, Nepal. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate the newest citizens of the United States of America. Our newest citizens were led by their military drill and ceremonies non-commissioned officer, Technical Sergeant Ken Perez.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Jelani Aukat, military training instructor trainer, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As the flights move into position, and for the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain in your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. Do not stand or sit in the stairways unless entering or exiting the grandstand. Additionally, we ask that you do not stand at the bottom of the grandstand as well as the arena drill pad. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you may proceed onto the retreat pad after the flights are dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers, utilize the handrails, and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception center and to the right of the flagpole. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. In the military, ceremonies are held to accord distinctive honors to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency in state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military in support of the nation. All of the movements that you will observe today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable commander or non-commissioned officer, such as the military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision in response to the leader's orders, and to provide for the development of all leaders in the practice of commanding formation. Now marching into position, PT Excellence Flight, Flight 592, led by Technical Sergeant Tyler Edwards, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Finney Lake, New York. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 593, led by Technical Sergeant Darian Burris, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Flight 594, led by Staff Sergeant Christopher Bergelin, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Lawton, Oklahoma. Flight 595, led by Technical Sergeant Margaret Segunkov, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Benicia, California. Flight 596, led by Technical Sergeant Carla De Los Santos, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Waxahachie, Texas. Flight 597, led by Technical Sergeant Allison Ledford, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Olympia, Washington. Flight 598, led by Technical Sergeant Trevor Scott, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Douglasville, Georgia. Flight 599, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Spear, military training instructor, hometown, Denton, Texas. Flight 600, led by Technical Sergeant Ajalon Kimbrough, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. Flight 601, led by Staff Sergeant Andrew Marcinko, military training instructor, hometown, Boswell, Pennsylvania. Flight 602, led by Technical Sergeant Farrelly Smith, military training instructor, hometown, Fairbanks, Alaska. Flight 603, led by Technical Sergeant Otto Listenson, military training instructor, hometown, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Flight 604, led by Technical Sergeant Carl Hunter, military training instructor, hometown, Savannah, Georgia. Flight 605, led by Technical Sergeant Charles Kirk, military training instructor, hometown, Baltimore, Maryland. Flight 606, led by Technical Sergeant Valerie Jacobs, military training instructor, hometown, Medea, Pennsylvania. Flight 607, led by Technical Sergeant Tyler Strausser, military training instructor, hometown, Falcon, Colorado. Flight 608, led by Technical Sergeant Isabel Childress, military training instructor, hometown, Middletown, Delaware. Musical support for this morning's ceremony is provided by airmen from the 320th Training Squadron, performing under the direction of retired Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown Stafford, Connecticut. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours of practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork in the Air Force's core value service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition, live music, and formal military ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Pacuar.
Let us pray. Eternal God, mighty in works and all-powerful, the one who brings light and clear skies to your people. We invoke you, descend and be with us today as we celebrate what has been accomplished through hard work and determination of the 326 Gold Dog Squadron, Airmen and Guardians alike, as they are ready to serve our great nation. Bestow upon their MTI's leadership and staff your wisdom and strength to continue to inspire, transform, and lead all future generations of Airmen and Guardians. We ask of you, God, make them strong and brave, forever be with them. May they find success and fulfillment in their chosen path, and may their unwavering dedication to duty be a source of inspiration for others. Godspeed, and the blessing of God be with you forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony. The Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 1989 graduate of Basic Military Training, Colonel Billy Wilson, Jr. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. From the graduating squadron, the Commander, 326 Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel James Scott. The Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, 326 Training Squadron, and 2007 graduate of Basic Military Training, Master Sergeant Casey Allen. The Commander, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, Major Clint Emery. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Senior Master Sergeant Anthony Ray True. The Commander, Space Delta 1, Colonel Peter Norsky, accompanied by his wife, Jessica. The Acting Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, and 1997 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Jason Martin. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each and one of them. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Sergeant Allen will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to our graduates. Let's give them a round of applause. So I know when we first got here a little while ago, we had the veterans stand up, so I'm not going to make you do that again. But what I do want to say is I want to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you that have served, past, present, future. Thank you for what you're going to do. For the ones that are standing in front of me, thank you for what you have done for the ones that are in the crowd. So let's give them one more round of applause as well. Graduates, the men and women who have come before you have airlifted troops and supplies into the jungles of Vietnam, executed precision airstrikes in the desert of Iraq and Afghanistan, delivered humanitarian aid to villages in Africa and South America. They have launched missiles and flown satellites, defended airstrips, and strengthened partnerships. As you stand in formation alongside your fellow flight members, remember that across the globe, our comrades from the Air Force and Space Force, the Coast Guard, the Army, the Navy, and the Marines are all standing united, fighting in formation with the allies, coalitions, and international partners, just like Master Sergeant John Chapman did. Inserted into the battlefield to save the injured teammate, Master Sergeant Chaplin fearlessly charged enemy positions, dismantling their hold into hillside despite sustaining wounds. His unwavering courage shines as an example of a true wingman, leader, and warrior. Today, graduates, we gather to commend your diligent efforts, unwavering dedication, and bravery as you embark on a journey as the newest members of the Air and Space Force. Soon, you will join the formation safeguarding our nation and its interests. Your duties encompass adapting to military demands, embracing the professional of arms, and mastering your roles and becoming indispensable contributors to the Air and Space Force. This phase of your career's readiness you for greater responsibility in embarking as you chase your aspirations. In return, your leaders will ensure you're proficient, qualified, and equipped to operate both at home and abroad. Graduates, what I say to you is you're going to have setbacks. That's true. It's how you get through those setbacks and what you come out on the other side. Take those setbacks as an opportunity to grow and become a better you. Families, they're going to need you. They're going to need to lean on you at times. They're going to need to pick your ear, and sometimes they're just going to need to vent. Families, I ask that you listen to them and you support them along their journeys. A salute to our military training instructors. It is an honor to witness your dedication as you shape and mold our airmen and our guardians. Your relentless commitment, motivation, and professionalism in the basic military training does not go unnoticed, and I appreciate every last one of you. Our squadron would not be what it is if it wasn't for y'all. So let's give them a round of applause. In closing, congratulations on achieving this monumental milestone, graduates. Your path ahead is full of opportunities and challenges alike. You are joining a team that will look to you to defend the character of our Air and Space Force for years to come. We have the utmost faith in you. Every time you recite that Airman's Creed and proclaim that you will not fail, I'm here to tell you that we believe it. And we trust that you will do what it takes to make sure that the mission will always succeed. As your acting senior enlisted leader, I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Wilson and Chief Master Sergeant Anderson that you receive your coveted Airman's Coin, which signifies your transition today from trainee to Airmen and Guardians. Congratulations. Now for my trainees and guardians, we're going to show the families how loud and proud we are. Hoo-yah, Bulldogs! Hoo-yah, Bulldogs! Woo-woo! Military training instructors, you may proceed.
this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur, until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961, and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, "Semper Supra," which translates to "always above." This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Cox will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Wow, what a great day. And let me get one more. Hoo-yah, Bulldogs! Hoo-yah, Bulldogs! I love that. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 37th Training Wing, home of Air Force and Space Force basic military training. A big thank you to all the loved ones, the families, the friends, and the guests in attendance for today's ceremony. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted us with your sons and daughters. And in that time, our military instructors inspired, motivated, and transformed them into the Airmen and Guardians you see here today, with the foundation to deliver air and space power. They did not just pass basic military training, but they grew tremendously. They are more confident, more disciplined, and mentally tougher than when they arrived. More importantly, they were inspired to care more about their country and serving others than they do themselves. Much of this was through your support over the past 2 months. And I thank you for all the support that you provided these great Americans. Thank you. Throughout their time at basic military training, your sons and daughters were sharpened under the watchful eye of our outstanding military training instructors. To my MTI team, through your tireless dedication, amazing leadership, and professional example, in 7 short weeks, you have motivated, inspired each airman and guardian in your flight. With your mentorship and unrelenting attention to detail and dedication to uphold the highest standards, you have made the Air Force and Space Force better than ever. You took 719 individuals and transformed them into this amazing team of professional airmen and guardians standing in formation today. Everyone, please join me in a round of applause in thanking these great MTIs for their commitment and incredible work. And now to the graduates. As you prepare to graduate tomorrow and march down the bomb line, I want to remind you that completing basic military training is the beginning of your Air Force or Space Force journey. Take the lessons, the foundations, and the skills you learned here and apply them as you go on to technical training and throughout your time serving our country. The Air Force and Space Force will provide you with opportunities where you might feel ill-prepared. Volunteer anyway. As you volunteer during Pacer Forge, you can do this. You have entered the service at a time of significant change in the global security environment. Our adversaries continue to grow their military and asymmetric capabilities and challenge America. But I have no doubt that America is up to this challenge because you are our greatest weapon system. Just like the Airmen and Guardians that have come before you, to succeed in dynamic environments, you will succeed in our future fights. Master Sergeant Allen talked about Master Sergeant Chapman and his heroic deeds, and I'd like to bring up a different operation. In 1948, with the Air Force in its infancy, the Soviet Union closed off road, rail, and water to West Berlin, an island of democracy within the Soviet zone of East Germany. The Soviets believed this siege would starve the Western Allies out of the city, leaving it for them. But the Soviets did not anticipate our response. For over a year, air power flew in 8,000 tons of supplies daily and kept the 2 million citizens of West Berlin alive and free. The Soviets ended their blockade as air power provided the decisive capability in this battle between great powers. The lesson for you is that ingenuity and applying capabilities in innovative ways can overcome a determined adversary. And I leave you with this. As you pledge to defend the Constitution, our freedoms, and our way of life, remember your individual source of strength and inspiration. Above all, take care of yourself and your wingman. It's been an honor to serve as your first commander. In the years to come, I look forward to seeing your contributions to our great nation and serve by your side. And always remember, one team! One flag!
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Cox. At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress tests. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 597, Airman Daniel Rudd. She is from Hanover, New Hampshire, and joined the Air Force to become a services technician. In the stands, cheering are her mother, Wendy, and father, Ken. Her recruiter is Technical Sergeant Becker from the 127th Air National Guard Wing, Detroit, Michigan. Please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention. Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen into the ranks of the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and to our national anthem, we have the opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and the national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is a symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These airmen are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices of the military, dedication to the defense of this great nation, the principles it represents. When we salute the flag, as it is lowered, we ask you to think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of the strength behind our flag.
Detail, attention, hands, forward, march.
Our flag security detail consists of members from the graduating squadron, led by Master Sergeant Jasmine Allen. Our commander of airmen is Master Sergeant Brian Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reverence. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages by our wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It is flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free. Yet, it remains invincible. Please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force and Space Force songs. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. We ask that you refrain from running onto the retreat pad, and please use caution when descending the bleachers. Town pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at 37 Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Airmen and Guardians, if you lost a flight cap, report to the podium to retrieve it. Top graduate, report to the podium to retrieve your certificates. All graduates are now released to their families.